Hey friends, Mrs. Gilling back with some more discussion and instructions because if you ever feel like you're falling in a hole, you need some help, I'm here to get you out. I don't want you to feel stressed over these discussion posts, so I want to give you all the instructions you need. But I also want to make you smile a little bit, so here's a joke for you. Why isn't there a clock in the library? Answer: because it talks too much. Get it? Tick tock, tick tock. Oh man. All right, let's talk about your discussion prompt for a minute. Okay, so this one you're going to watch a video about the 1950s. You're going to learn all what life was like back in the 1950s. And then you're going to answer the questions associated with. So just like the other ones, please don't copy and paste something from the internet. You're not using AI for this. I want you to watch the video, gather all the information you need, and then form your opinions. So for this one, you should have at least 7 sentences by the time you're done. So, number one, based on what you learned in the video, what was one economic change that came about in the 1950s? How did the economy change? Number two, what was one political change that came about in the 1950s? And then remember, for each of these, you're writing a complete sentence. So for this one, you could start off by saying something like, one political change that came about in the 1950s was, and fill in the blank. Number three, what was one cultural change that came about in the 1950s? Number four, in your opinion, what was the best thing about the 1950s? What do you think was the cool? You learned lots of things in the video. What was the best thing? Number five, why do you feel that way? So what made that the best thing in your opinion? And then six and seven, these are the most important questions. If you could change one thing about the 1950s, what would it be? And number seven, why would you change that? So here's how you'll be graded on this one. So you get 10 points for listing one economic change that came about in the 1950s, 10 points for listing one political change that came about in the 1950s, 10 points for sharing one cultural change that came about in the 1950s, 10 points for listing what you think the very best part about the 1950s was, 10 points for explaining why you feel that way, 10 points for listing what you would have changed about the 1950s, and then 15 points. You get more points for this one because it's definitely higher level thinking. I want you to explain why you would have changed that thing. What was it that you just didn't like about that thing in the 1950s? Why do you think maybe something we have today is better? So go ahead and explain that there. And then for your grammar and sentence requirement, you need to write at least 7 sentences for this one. And then make sure you're starting with that capital letter, ending with punctuation, making sure it's readable, that the spelling's not too crazy or anything like that. So if you do all that, you should be able to get 100 points. Other than that, please let me know if you have any questions at all. And thanks for watching. Good luck, guys.